BTR, a show that I watched a lot of in my childhood years. Coming from a guy who even then despised boy bands. Literally, I hated One Direction, the Jonas Brothers, all those guys.
Guys have worked with a lot of big names. Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, Hannah Montana.
Yeah, they're the same person, you know that, right? Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus.
They're the same person?
Yeah.
Like alter egos? Or...
It's like Superman and Clark Kent.
Oh, okay. So comic books.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber, yeah.
But the sheer amount of times I watched this show was absolutely ridiculous. But since adulthood has been looming over your boy's head and low-key giving your boy depression, I thought I'd revisit a show from my past that will usher in that sweet, sweet age of nostalgia and make me feel like a dumb child again. So that's always great. So I watched all of the 74 episodes of Big Time Rush, which I didn't know the series had that many episodes, so that was great. But your boy committed, and now here's what I basically took from that entire experience. Just to let you guys know something, it would lead to many, many sleepless nights singing boy band songs. So if you appreciate that, make sure you like the video and sub up if you're new. Welcome. I feel like you're going to have a great time here, honestly, but I'm biased. So first, it would be a crime to not mention this theme song. While the theme song can kind of make you start feeling like you're being tortured by Nickelodeon executives in the early 2009 period, if it's perfect for what this series was and what it was going for. I know that it was just saying big time a lot, but we'll get to that later. Don't worry about it. But it's a simplistic song for a rather simple premise of a show about a couple, I guess, teen boys. Very big quotations on teen boys. Anyway, who were hockey players in Minnesota and eventually going to turn young pop stars in LA.
Kendall, James, Carlos, and Logan never really imagined life beyond Minnesota.
It's breaking right.
But these small-town guys are about to get the chance.
I want to be famous.
Tall, blonde, and eyebrows. Do you want your dreams to come true today?
To make it big.
I want to take your family to Los Angeles.
I'll go to LA with you and record some demos. If you take my buds and make us a singing group.
Have you even heard your friends sing?
So upon my watching this show, right off the bat, I realized how many sound effects are used in every episode. It's honestly nauseating. I'm just being honest. Don't kill me. You can watch any episode of BTR. You'll notice that a character would say something like, for example, Carlos might say something to Kendall like, "Hey, Kendall, let's swim in the Palmwoods pool with our phones in our pocket." And immediately you'll hear a record scratch, indicating that's a dumb idea to the audience. Don't do that, audience. That's basically what they're trying to tell us, which I was like a baby watching this show. And even then I would know that's a very dumb idea. Carlos, don't swim in the Palmwoods pool with your phones in your pocket. Come on, man. I don't need the scratching of a dumb record to indicate this, even back then, but to each his own. I'm not the director of the show. I'm just a guy commentating on it. So different roles for different folks, I guess. So I don't want to harp on this too much, but there's seriously a lot of dumb and or unnecessary things in this show. But this show did come out in like 2009, and you know what they say about hindsight being 2020 and all that. Plus, that's the same year Kanye would shock the world by disrupting Taylor Swift's VMA's acceptance speech.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
And the movie Mall Cop would come out in theaters everywhere. So I guess there was a bunch of unnecessary things happening that year. But James always like waving his hands and like a guitar riff plays in the background makes no sense at all. Imagine you're talking to your friend and you're like, "Hey man, let's go to the mall." And he says, "I am the mall." It's just absolutely ridiculous again. And more of an issue in the earlier seasons, but they use big time in like everybody's vocabulary way too much. Watch any of the earlier episodes and you'll notice how much big time is incorporated in everyday conversations. Despite me, I never say big time, like except for making this video, but like I never really say it. But yeah, so I'm not gonna say it anymore. All right. But guys, make sure you like this big time video. Another thing sort of interesting and telling of this time was that the boys get called like dogs a lot, which is something I don't see flying in today's climate, if I'm being very honest with you. Now that brings me to my guy, Gustavo. Honestly, bro really carried this show in my eyes. Like, the boys of BTR was indeed the boat of the show, don't get me wrong. But Gustavo is the anchor, baby. You can't deny it. Gustavo was like a genius. He's like a DJ Khaled or Dr. Dre of boy bands. And my guy had a vision. And his part in this show can't be undervalued and can't go underappreciated, honestly. And his random yelling is hilarious, by the way. I'm not sure if it's just me being older, but I really enjoyed Gustavo's character way more than I remember back when I was a kid. I hated that sleazy dude Bitters, though. Always ruining everybody's fun and always getting paid, bribing people. I hate Bitters. You can't leave out our favorite personal assistant, Kelly, who was my WCW every Wednesday, man, if you know what I'm saying. Ever since she was in the background of that High School Musical movie, I knew he was going to be a star. She was like the cool-headed person at Rock Records, giving off a more humanistic attitude to counter the explosive personality that was, in fact, Gustavo. Not to mention how I felt about the guys. And I hate to inform you of something. Nothing really changed for me about the main characters, sadly. My memory preserved each of their characters pretty well. Everything Kendall does and says is right because a little thing called main character privilege. And James sticks to his stereotype of, well, being the pretty boy of the group. And he low-key could have been this leader of the group, but the aforementioned personality can get irritating sometimes and kind of feel very dumb. Speaking of dumb, Carlos is very dumb and somehow magically wavers around consistently being the idiot of the group. And maybe this guy has like a real issue. I'm not trying to go there, but honestly, the things he does in this show is very, very dumb. And Logan, well, his character even said it best. He's just the smart one. And Joe and Camille, should definitely get their roses, More so Camille. Camille did her thing and shouldn't go unmentioned. I just remember Logan ducking Camille in like the earlier seasons, and it just didn't make sense. Like, Camille was attractive and she had a drive to become an actor, like trying different roles all the time. And that sort of ambition you can't find in everybody. So I respect it. So I kind of just felt Logan was very dumb for like acting like she was not attractive and cool. And she helped the guys out so many times before he ever gave her a chance, which is something I didn't understand, but whatever. And honestly, Logan, I'm not sure you could do better, my friend, but hey, that's just me. My closing arguments, like if I was a lawyer or whatever, they were trying to show us in this series about the certain realities of being on the verge of something special. And in this case, it would be being famous. Like, for example, in the first couple seasons, you see the boys having to please record executives, label owners, and even media outlets, while of course having a comical spin on the whole thing, because this is a child show and, we can't have too much seriousness, that would break the whole thing. But I think they were trying to portray what actually happens in the music industry for the most part. When they had to please Fujizaki or he'll destroy the Rock Records music division. I thought the show was great back then, and I enjoyed it even as a 20-year-old adult. Quotations on adult, please. So if you want to feel like a dumb kid again for an afternoon, I suggest you watch it again. Or if you've never watched it, let this be your first time after you watch this video and stuff. But yeah, that's all I got, guys. Make sure you guys tell me what you want me to cover more of series. If you're really liking this this thing I do on my channel, comment what you want to see next. Any show, I'm down for anything. I don't discriminate. I will always look into something, even if I don't know it. I will watch it for the first time. I'm always great with those type of things. But yeah, make sure you like this video and comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching this video. Now it's the end of this video. I will definitely see you in the next one.